YouTube, what to do, man? It's your boy Benji. We back balling. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. A lot of drama going on in the WNBA. They're in the midst of the playoffs. Somebody right now is fighting for an opportunity to become the champion. But the league is turning itself on its head as they discuss comments that were made by one of the star players of the league, Naphessia Collier, following a questionable no call that led to ultimately the Lynx losing a game. She was interviewed and said a lot about the state of the league as well as the commissioner.
Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is a lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But you know who I haven't heard from? Cathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating. And it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there's no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power.
And again, I think a lot of people are going to make the conversation about, oh, she's just complaining because of call. She's just complaining because of the pay. Dude, if anybody's in a position to quote unquote complain, she is. She started the Unrivaled League, and wow, I'm not going to lie, that league is relatively successful. The Unrivaled League was founded just a couple years ago, and we were already starting to see some of the top names in the sport show up. And dude, the coverage that they got over the offseason was, I think, something that had to rival what we saw in the WNBA. And at the very least, these women were able to be themselves. Most of the women up there earned way more than they are earning in the WNBA. They're able to leverage the play, the opportunities to get on social media, and actually embody their own brand instead of having to follow behind what was supposed to be best for the W. They're able to play their own game, and we got to see the true raw competitiveness of what basketball is. I got to salute these women because, of course, I've been asking for guys in the NBA to try and do all that they can do. But this is dope. They've gotten a partnership with Infinity or Xfinity. Xfinity and Unrivaled today announced a multi-year partnership that will deliver smarter access, deeper engagement, and unforgettable moments for basketball fans. This marks Xfinity's first league-wide partnership in women's sports, reinforcing the brand's leadership across internet, mobile, and entertainment, and its commitment to shaping the future of the fan experience. Unrivaled, the groundbreaking player-founded and owned league composed of some of the best women's professional basketball players has quickly emerged as one of the most exciting forces in sports. An argument that we continue to make about the WNBA is how long it's taken to get to the point of profitability. Obviously, the NBA took a long time. They're near 75 plus years since inception to get to the point where we're starting to see players make multi-millions of dollars. But again, over here, we're nearly just 2 years of inception, and they're making more money, and the players seem to be having more fun than they were in the W. And they're figuring out a way to link the fans very, very quickly. But you would think somebody who's sitting at the forefront of a league like this and is one of the biggest faces in your league has things to talk about, you would think you would try and hear her out. And at the very least, show a little bit of compassion. Fee is saying she ain't hear any of that.
And I paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not her just coming out of the position of a disgruntled player. She's running a basketball league. Look at the comments. She's really said Kaylin makes $16 million off the court because of the WNBA. She was the biggest name in college. She was getting offered to pay $5 million to join the Big Three before even entering the WNBA. Cathy added she collects fees, $300 fine. Oh my goodness. Like what she's saying or not, huge respect to her for preparing her statement calling out leadership. This needs to be done in every sport. Let the players' opinions be voiced. I agree. I think it sucks that while you can be caught up in the middle of your own bias, you can't say anything addressing anyone. Imagine insinuating your players who are getting hurt are losers for demanding better officiating while your officials make more than them. Ooh-wee. Cathy prepared a statement. I have the utmost respect for Naphessia Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we will continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened, so this is where she loses me, by how Naphessia characterized our conversations and league leadership. But even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. So she's basically saying, "Fee, you lying." I didn't say that about anybody. And if I had to put it more precisely, she's not really saying you're lying. You're just saying you mischaracterized what I said.
Clarity on some of the specifics that Naphessia Collier said about your conversation that you had that was previously private. Did you in fact say that, quote, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the rights deal that I got them?
There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. And so I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Napheesa. We've exchanged texts. We're talking next week. So I think obviously a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players. There's a lot of emotion and passion going on right now because we're in collective bargaining. We're in the WNBA finals. And so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. You know, I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments. And so all I'll say is just, you know, it's obviously been a tough week. And I just think there's a lot of inaccuracy out there.
Let me know what y'all think about that one.
Obviously, I've never been a quitter. I'm entering my 40th year, actually, this month in business. Never been a quitter, never shied away from tough situations. I think leadership, the cream always rises to the top, and I've always been someone who believes in the fact that we have, if there's things we need to fix, we're going to fix them. If there are things the players have a perspective on that they don't like that we're doing or I'm doing, we'll fix them, Malika. So I think there's a a point in time when obviously there's a lot of, and I said emotion, passion, whatever you want to call it, about what's going on right now.
We even got Sophie at Cunningham making some comments.
I think that there are a lot of people in the position of powers in the WNBA who they might be really great business people, but they don't know shit about basketball, and that's got to change. And so I think there's just frustration. The game's not fun to watch because everyone's just trying to kill each other, because that's how you're going to survive, or otherwise you get injured. I don't know, it just sucks. Our game is changing, and yeah, we want it to be physical, but at the same time, like, you still want to watch good basketball, and when they can't get that under control, it's not fun.
And at the end of the day, she's worried about her. In all of her statements, it's all like, well, I got us here and I should. And Cathy, no one cares. Literally, no one cares. Like how you're sitting right there, that's how we feel every time she speaks. Every time she speaks, us as players, that's
there. You put their bonus, you put their stock options, you put everything. Caitlin has the ability to make up to $500,000 just in WNBA wages this year. So, of course, they're just looking at a base which is collectively bargained. And actually, it's low because she's the #1 pick. She'll make a little more than that. But she also has millions and millions of dollars of endorsements. She's actually, because she declared to become pro, her endorsements are higher in dollar value. She has a global platform now, not just a U.S. platform. So she's going to do just fine, as will the top players in the league, as every league does. Also, there's comparisons to the men. Those men's leagues are 75 to 120 years old. We're tipping off our 28th season. I would say if you looked at them 28 seasons in, we're further ahead. But I realize we still have a lot of work to do. And it's all about the ecosystem.
That interview was heading into last season when a lot of people were questioning Caitlin Clark's pay, Angel Reese's pay, specifically after the monumental college seasons that they had and all the hype that they were able to generate going into the WNBA season. But I think Shorty is she's just in a rough spot, man. She's used to what she's used to, and we're seeing a crazy surge in regards to popularity, fandom, and talent in the WNBA. Additionally, I think more and more people are excited about the future of basketball. The old guard, it's time to go. Like, we're not trying to see that style of play as well. And that's what I think is opening up a lot of excitement for players in the W, because now you have a lot of individually talented players who have been in some sense stifled because of the systems that they're in. And at the end of the day, if the fans are enjoying the play, obviously you don't want to get to the level of the NBA where you're starting to turn away a lot of fans, but you have an opportunity to really grow and benefit your players as well as benefit what you can do for the game and the future of women's basketball. Cathy's caught in the middle of it, and man, she's getting a lot of heat. It's one thing to get it from the fans, it's another thing to get it from the business, but you're getting it from your own players in 4K? But supposedly, Fee canceled the meeting that she was supposed to have with the commissioner because Cathy's press conference pushed the relationship beyond repair. All I can say is it's not like Fee went up there unprepared. She prepared a statement. Now, who's to say that there aren't more pieces of evidence, or at least some pieces of evidence, that would agree with what she said? It's going to be an interesting next few months for the WNBA. Again, hopefully this doesn't overshadow what's going on with the playoffs. We are interested in seeing a champion. It's very likely that Asia and the Aces can win it, but things can go either way. It's exciting one way or the other. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below.